The third and final week of the preseason is here. A fourth exhibition game is a thing of the past. It's the Chargers and the Cowboys, and it comes your way next.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis with you, and now we sit, CD, at week 3 of the preseason, and this is the one that the coaches probably think is pretty valuable, right?
Certainly. This is the dress rehearsal. This is the one where your starters are going to play. You might even game plan a little bit more than you do with a normal preseason game, and then you've got to decide, do you bring them back after halftime and get them going again in the third quarter so they're ready to go when the regular season begins? I'm eager to see how these coaches will handle that.
Set for football now at AT&T Stadium. Brandon Aubrey has the honors, and we are underway here in Arlington. And able to get this out to the 25. The Chargers coming out to take over, and it is Justin Herbert at quarterback, CD, now in his 5th NFL campaign.
And he's looking to bounce back after an injury-riddled season a year ago. Herbert, obviously one of the most talented quarterbacks in the league, but that doesn't do you any good when you're standing on the sidelines wearing a baseball cap. If this team's ever going to reach their full potential, they've got to find a way to keep him upright. And with his new head coach, Jim Harbaugh, in the fold, they'll do exactly that. They'll have a chance to win a lot of games with Justin Herbert on the field.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. Now a man who played high school ball here in LaGrange, Texas, J.K. Dobbins. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Second and a couple. They'll run. This is Gus Edwards. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Charger first.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
And after the good gain last play, this time they say, as he's going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Again, it's Edwards. He gets them a little over half of what they needed. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Now it's Herbert. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's in for a Charger touchdown. Ladd McConkey, 31 yards. And the Chargers will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Well, they spoke about the importance of getting off to a good start, and they're on their first drive, Charles, into the end zone for the touchdown.
And what an advantage for them. They're already clicking one drive in, didn't need to wait to get up to full speed. We had heard about the extra time they'd put in with each other, trying to learn each other's skills, what they liked, the whole deal, and it paid off early in this one. I would expect them to keep firing on the next drive and keep that connection going.
The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. The Cowboys making their way out behind the NFL's leader in touchdown passes for 2023. In his 9th season now, Dak Prescott.
And he's coming off one of the best seasons of his career, where he finished as a runner-up in the MVP chase after throwing for over 4,500 yards, 36 touchdowns, and less than 10 interceptions for the first time in a few years. An integral part of the Cowboys' run to the playoffs, he's hoping to take it a step further here in 2024.
He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Looking to throw, Prescott. A short one there, taken in by Ferguson. And he'll go out of bounds, it appears, right at the 45. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down. Throwing, Prescott. Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, throwing back across his body. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
Partner, I think this one went awry very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
The Chargers get set to go here for their second drive. Following the interception, they're set up nicely here, already inside the red zone, knocking on the door, if you will. 1st and 10. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. After the turnover, here's Herbert. And a quick throw here, that's complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and that will bring up 2nd down. Here's Herbert. Over the middle, hauled in by Shark. They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sacked back around the 8. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. Cameron Dicker on now to try the field goal. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So the interception set him up with terrific field position, but 3 points, the end result.
Yeah, we can make this one pretty simple, partner. You always want to end drives with points, but that's one that you're going to look back on and probably say, we should have done better there.
And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
Elliott going to get it again on 2nd down. And he'll get this up to about the 40. It'll go as a gain of 7 on the play, and it sets up a 3rd and inches situation. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42.
Well, partner, none of these runs individually have added up to a whole lot.
Now, 3 plays, all 3 short runs, but together a first down.
Yeah, it's amazing how the narrative changes when you string them together.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. This throw left side is caught by Tolbert. It'll be a pickup of 4. Good enough to earn him yet another first down. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Inside give to Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. Here's Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger game. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Now you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. Now Prescott. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Cowboys have cut it back within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Aubrey good with a PAT, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. Fighting his way through contact. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Now the Chargers offensive unit ready to see what they can do here. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Back to throw here, Herbert. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down. Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. Micah Parsons showing off that elite athleticism as he gets the sack. And when you go 5 wide like they just did there, you can't really max protect, can you?
No, you cannot. What you're hoping is that by going 5 wide, you're forcing the defense into coverage. And if you do that, you get a chance to find some people downfield. But if they audible themselves and go into a blitz, then it's got to happen right now,
or
very
lights
quickly,
out.
or exactly right. Turn them out, that play's over.
On fourth down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. Kevontae Turpin deep for the Cowboys. Only 29 yards on the punt there. Definitely not his best. And the Cowboys are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. He takes this for about 6 down inside the 40.
That was another good run, and he's having an excellent day. And right now, I don't think his team could have any more confidence in handing him the football.
Prescott. The short one there taken in by Ferguson. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Up the middle, here's Elliott. And he's going to have the first down yardage as he's down at about the 30-yard line. Give him the 3rd down conversion, 5 yards on the play. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Prescott to throw it. Over the middle, hauled in by Lamb. And that's good for a gain of 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before you get a good head of steam going.
And he'll get a couple here down to the 22.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
10th carry now for Elliott. And some determined running there as he'll pick his way down to the 12-yard line. 63 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Dak going to hand it to Elliott on the option. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. 2nd and 4. They can still get a first down without scoring.
Second and 4 at the 6-yard line.
Prescott now. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Dak Prescott ready for the regular season with his 2nd touchdown of the game. And the Cowboys have taken the lead. He told us he was going to hit the end zone a couple times in this game. I just don't know that he envisioned doing it in the first quarter.
He probably did. I'm not sure we did,
yeah.
right? Because all the great ones, that's what they do. They dream about it, right? They think about it. They envision it. They think it's going to happen and almost will themselves into it. I just look at what he's done so far and just wonder what's left to come. Let's sit back and enjoy this one.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The Chargers offense gets set. They head back onto the field. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. And it appears we have a Charger shaken up on that last play. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. And we'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. And that is incomplete. Oh, he did everything but hold on to it. But a nice play defensively, and now brings up 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott set to do the punting honors. Oh, it's a wobbler here. Taken right around the 44. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Yeah! There we go.
On play action, Prescott. And his throw here is incomplete.
As defensive coordinators around the league tell me all the time, that throw is not for every quarterback, because you've really got to drive the ball downfield. It's going to be a tight window for him to fit that one into. In this case, unsuccessfully.
5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Start of the 2nd quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. This offense so far on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This will be 3rd and 5. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one, picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
Here's Prescott. This is caught. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Jake Ferguson, 27 yards. And the Cowboys add 6 to their lead. Quarterback loves the receivers, but sometimes his best friend is that tight end.
Yeah, it's hard to believe, isn't it? Because we always talk about the guys out wide and how acrobatic they are. But that tight end, great sight lines, easier throws. they become a bigger and bigger weapon as the NFL evolves.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that makes it a 21-10 game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They'll start the drive here with an end around. And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. No big surprise. Micah Parsons doing what he does so well, dropping him for a loss. They'll run up the gut with Dobbins. Gets past one man. And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. 3rd and 8. Herbert. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. These offensive starters still out there in the 2nd quarter. You would think the plans for them to at least play into the 3rd quarter, if not all the way through.
Yeah, it might go by feel. If they have a really good first drive to start the 3rd quarter, they might pull them after that. If not, might leave them out there a little bit longer, but I'll guarantee this, they'll be gone by the start of the 4th quarter.
The Cowboys offense and the veteran Ezekiel Elliott set to go to work once more. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. To throw is Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Right back to Tolbert. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, they've certainly gotten him involved in this first half, and on 3rd down, they looked his way again. And what a delight for his quarterback to find him and keep the drive moving.
Prescott off play action. Forced out to his left. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there at 2nd down.
Brandon, once that one broke down, there were only so many options left for him to take. Fortunately, only 1st down, so he smartly got the yardage he could get and didn't worry about trying to turn it into a bigger play and end up taking a bigger loss. Here, they hope they can regroup and get something different going here on 2nd down.
They'll come up now 3rd and 9. Now Prescott. Chargers able to get the pressure and bring him down. It's Khalil Mack that time, shooting in there to get him to the ground. And, of course, that's not an easy man to sack. You know how elusive he can be, trying to get outside of the pocket. That was a great play on the defensive side.
And I wonder what was going through his mind, because he didn't seem as committed to using his legs to pick up yardage. He wanted to keep that play alive, so either take off and go or throw it away. But he held on to the football and ended up getting sacked.
Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. Now, if you're a fan of punting, and I know that not many people are, but this game kind of turning into one for you.
Well, it's okay if it's a skills contest, right? We're really into it then, but not during the course of an actual game. This has turned into a field position game, though. Sometimes the better punter may actually determine the outcome.
On the counter now, it's Dobbins. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
That's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. I wonder if the defense might have been loosened up a little bit, maybe anticipating a pass instead of the run that they got.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And he is going to lose yardage here. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4.
Well, Brandon, we could see that play developing, and they were hoping that he was going to be able to put a move on the first guy and turn it into a big play. But no such luck. The speed on defense continues to get better and better in the NFL. Pretty nice example there of those guys being able to run from their assignments and finish off that play. But you got to give kudos to your offensive line and the guy carrying the ball because they were in a second and long situation. It seemed pretty dire, but they brought it back to third and manageable with that run.
Herbert now. And that's going to be incomplete. The contact there enough to jar that ball free, and it brings up 4th down.
1 first down here, and that's all, folks. Good work by this defense to hold things in check and force a punting situation.
On is the punter, Scott, here as he gets this one away. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. No return, but it goes down as just a punt of 31 yards. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll hand it off to Elliott to begin the drive. And not a lot of daylight, not really any daylight inside as he's going to be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Brings up 2nd down.
2nd and 10.
On 2nd down, Elliott once more. A pickup of about 3 yards as he's taken down at the 31.
Sometimes your philosophies get challenged at times you don't want them to. They did try to stick to the running game on the first 2 plays. Didn't amount to much.
And now facing a 3rd and long at the outset of this drive. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick a down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
Out of the gun, here's Prescott. Buying time to his left. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on 1st down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid game to bring up 2nd and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
And he's fortunate to get anything from that. Give him a yard up to the 49. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've been excellent. 6 for 7. This time it's 3rd and 3. They're going to look to throw. He'll get this to Elliott. And I don't think he got there, no. He's short by maybe a foot, maybe. Call it 4th and inches.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the 1st down. Now to be 4th and short.
On to punt now, Anger as he boots this one away. And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. L.A. readies for its next possession. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback unexpected.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Micah Parsons. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down and distance. They've got to get the ball out of his hands a lot quicker.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. Now a fair catch taken just across midfield, maybe by a yard or two. It'll wind up just a 35-yard punt, no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. So good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 49. They start on the ground with Elliott. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. He finds his man, complete. That's Ferguson. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. They go back to Elliott. He's been busy. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Hold everything because we got an injury, and it's a notable one. Ezekiel Elliott in some discomfort following that last play. So after a good run by Zeke, another 1st and 10. Prescott from the gun. He'll drop this off for Davis. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy first down.
First and 10 at the 26-yard line.
Looking to throw. Prescott. He gets it to Cooks. And a nice job to break free of one tackle, but it slowed his momentum somewhat, and he's taken down right after. 2nd and 6.
At the 22-yard line.
Throwing. Prescott. To the sideline and incomplete. You know, last week I remember asking you, what would an offensive coordinator be looking for week 2 of the preseason? Now we're in week 3. Defensive coordinator-wise, what's he looking at?
For the most part in preseason, you're playing pretty basic stuff, pretty vanilla defenses. You're looking for guys that play with abandon, that just go out and make plays, and kind of let their athletic ability take over in order for you to notice them.
And now we're going to get a stoppage. A member of the Cowboys shaken up. Well, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. And his kick is indeed good. And the lead grows to 14 and 24-10. So it was 4th down and 1 in the red zone, but they elect to take just the 3.
And I'm a little bit surprised that that's exactly what they decided to do. I kind of thought that they would go for it in that situation. But sometimes I'm sure you just think to yourself, take the 3 points, put them in your pocket, and move on.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The offense for Los Angeles returns to the field. And right now these guys, they're shuffling a little bit, maybe doubting, because 3 straight drives have ended with them punting the football away.
Yeah, so you start pointing fingers at each other a little bit, asking a lot of questions. What are you seeing? What are you getting? Maybe trying to narrow down your playbook a little bit and maybe get simpler rather than more complex in order to try and fashion together a drive.
He'll swing this out to Dobbins. They follow up the gain of 5 by only getting 1 there on 2nd down. These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And incomplete. He had nowhere to throw, so he just tossed it away. But that brings up 4th. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
The Cowboys offense and Dak Prescott getting ready to go once more. And he's done everything you could have asked for coming in. He's spread it around. He hasn't taken many chances. And he's potentially on his way to a big game throwing the football. And his throw is incomplete.
We know it's not an easy job to go out and catch passes when people are trying to tackle you and knock the ball away. But the bottom line is, that's a pass he's got to have and a pass he should have caught.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. And this pass broken up. Well, the contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
That might be the 3rd down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
Anger is on to punt, and he gets this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return, and it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Chargers going to take over now late in this first half. And with him down 2 scores, you wonder if they might try and put something together, even if it's just to get into field goal range. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down, but a nice little gain.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
The final shot before the break for Herbert. Looking right side, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Trayvon Diggs. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Week 3 of the preseason is here. Everyone wrapping up their exhibition schedule. No games for the league on Labor Day weekend. And then it all begins. The 17-game regular season gets underway on the Thursday after Labor Day with the NFL kickoff game.
And they can't bring him down. And he nearly broke that for more, but as it is, still a good return. They'll start the drive right around the 37. So Prescott and the Cowboys now with a 1st and 10 at their own 37. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. A short one there taken in by Ferguson. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. 38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Here's Prescott. Going right back to Ferguson. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now we've got a 3rd down and 3. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. They run here with Rico Dowdle. And he's got the first down yardage there as he takes it just across midfield. It's a 7-yard gain there, and it's good enough to move the chains. They run again with Dowdle. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the first. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now Prescott. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. So the completion gets him just a yard, and that'll make it 2nd down.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
These two have hooked up 9 times now this afternoon as they pick up the first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Yeah, he was able to shed 1 tackle but could not get away from there. Here's a 2nd and 8. Prescott yet again. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
At this point, this offense feels like they could just roll out anything, and it would work. They are certainly in no hurry for this one to end. Now when they can rack up some stats and continue to add to their lead.
Prescott to throw it. Looking for his running back, and he's got him. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it's 2nd down. Prescott. This is caught. And the Cowboys are going to be set up with a 1st and goal on a pass play that moves them all the way down to the 1. Freeman is in. Touchdown, Dallas.
And maybe that's the magic touch right there. They didn't use him at all in the first half, at least running the football. But here they entrust him with some work down in the red zone, and he responds. 1 carry, 1 touchdown.
Aubrey now for the point after. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21 points. So that one a long 11-play drive. And the final act came from Royce Freeman on the touchdown run. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return. L.A. set to take over again on offense. And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. The Charger drive about to get going. The drive will commence with a run by J.K. Dobbins. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Herbert. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line.
That feels like an accumulation of the pressure we've seen all game. I mean, he's been on the turf a whole lot because of sacks. Eventually, something else happens as well, and this time it was a turnover.
Yeah, caught up to him. So out come the Cowboys now as their offense gets set to take over. They're just looking to do more of the same. They were good in the first half. They've extended their lead so far here in the second half. I don't know, they're just looking good on hitting on all cylinders right now.
And sometimes that means a head coach who really has a finger on the pulse of the team may not have anything to say at all. May tell the rest of the coaches,
up a little bit.
Just back it off a little bit. This team has it under control. I remember hearing about Bob Knight years ago in basketball, getting ready to give the final speech before the gold medal game in '84. And on the board, Michael Jordan had written, "Coach, after all we've been through, there's no way we're losing tonight." He didn't even give a pregame speech.
Wow, interesting. Well, right now, no speech is needed. They'll roll him out right. Prescott able to get down there at the end on the slide, and he has the first as well. A nice pickup of 17 yards.
It certainly appears that he's been able to get a read on how they've wanted to contain him in this game. He's seen some places where he can beat them in big spots, and right there, he slides in with ease for the first.
And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. Luke Schoonmaker from 6 yards away. And the Cowboys take advantage of the field position on the turnover to cash in for 6. So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
Well, the PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And we will not have a return. They'll bring this to the 30. And the LA offense ready for this next possession. It's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. The turnover on the last drive, they had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
It'll be a gain of 5, and it'll be second down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he's got this one across midfield into Cowboy territory. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a third down. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. They'll try to run for it with Dobbins. And he is going to have the Chargers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
A gain of 3 on the play. And the Chargers first down.
Dobbins going to take the handoff on the option. And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32. And they're going to stop play here. And the injury is to, that's DJ Chark, the receiver, who's in need of some help right now. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. And hold on here, because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Well, injury's never good, especially here in the preseason. Hopefully nothing serious. They'll take a look at him, and we'll step aside for a moment. On 2nd down, here's the option. 5 yards that time, taking it himself, and he has enough for the first.
And this is one of those plays that if you can use it to keep the chains moving, it's a good play. And not only that, it tends to tamp down the pass rushers because they have to recognize this play and stay at home. The quarterback uses it well. Read option, keeps it, and picks up a first down with some nice running.
A solid pickup of 12 yards, and now they're knocking on the door. Back to throw here, Herbert. And they're going to get to him, a sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. Credit that sack to Travis Jones. So they've been in the red zone 3 times, and it's yielded just 3 points. Can they find the end zone here on 2nd and goal? And they'll send the tight end in motion. Now it's Herbert. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And from the 9, they get this to the 5-yard line. 3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Herbert. Under pressure now, and he's going to go down. Sack back around the 8. Only a 3-yard loss there on the sack, but more importantly, it leads to a 4th and goal. And his kick is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that. And this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And a great return, solid field position. He's up all the way to the 45-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And as we show you some of the highlights from earlier, he has been instrumental in getting his guys the lead as he looks to finish strong and close this one out. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that because so many times you go into the half after playing well and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Up the middle to Davis. Able to slither by. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. 13 yards and a first down, Cowboys.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And shutting him off, now open field. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
They're making it look easy out there. Another first down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 first downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. To throw is Prescott. It's caught. Tolbert.
Yeah, the Cowboys are going to have a first and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. On the run, it's Dowdle.
And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there. It's 2nd and goal. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more preseason football on EA Sports. Back now in Arlington. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. And now a first chance for the backup here to throw. Being chased. And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Trey Lance.
A 3-yard touchdown run.
And the Cowboys start to open this lead even wider here in the 4th. Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Aubrey Good with a PAT.
And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Chargers ready to take over.
And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Stick back to pass. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3. Now Stick. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end.
And he has a big gain inside the 40 before being dropped.
It was 3rd and short, and they go flying past the marker for a gain of nearly 30 yards. Stick looks to throw.
He gets this out to Spiller.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4.
Stick looks to throw it again. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. Off play action, it's Stick. And that is caught. It's Davis. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3.
Dobbins. Fighting, but he won't get too far. Maybe a yard, that's all, down to the 2.
It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal.
Dobbins once more.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Chargers.
J.K. Dobbins
taking it in from 2 yards out.
And the Chargers get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit.
Extra point up and good by Dicker. And that will cut this lead down to 25. So that drive in total 8 plays. And it's finished off by a touchdown run from J.K. Dobbins. The kick unit on here for the Chargers as they will send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape up past the 30. And hold on here because on that last run, it looks like we have a player who was shaken up. Boy, you hate to see this before the regular season even begins. We'll take a break and come back. More preseason action in a moment. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
To throw, it's Lance. He gets this one to Johnson. Oh, he put it on the carpet, a fumble. Oh, one of the linebackers has got it. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line.
If this is the regular season, partner, we'd be talking about just how costly a mistake that was, but probably good for him to get it out of his system right now.
Just hope for him and the team it's not a sign of things to come.
Yeah, without a doubt. Plus, you got to worry about making the team. Those types of errors don't help you.
And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles.
Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, that's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out-personnelled. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. They run here with Dowdle.
And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
From midfield, here's Lance. That is caught, and he will have a Cowboys first down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
For many people, that's not your standard play call in that 3rd down situation. But for so many offenses, they just want the ball in the hands of their playmakers in open space. And after he caught it, he did a nice job picking up the first down.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
I know you're trying to wring every yard out of a run, but I think 9 yards there is ideal in this situation.
Yeah, now next couple plays, you only need 1 yard. Keep that clock rolling with a lead here in the 4th.
Yeah, what you're saying is maybe if it takes you 1 or 2 more runs to get the first down, that's extra time, extra plays. Really hurts the team on defense.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
A running play, it's Dowdle.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
And now they'll throw with Lance.
Looking for Johnson, and it's intercepted.
And the Chargers are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners, they end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
The Chargers offense now, they get set to head back on the field.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Here's Stick looking to throw.
It's taken in by Quentin Johnston.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.